Welcome, friends. Today we are doing another live stream. Outrageous. Outrageous. That's right, friends. I am back. Back with Livestream 189 again. I deleted yesterday's live stream because, I don't know, I was in a funny mood, which I'm still in, to be fair. I'm still in a funny mood. Not sure how successful tonight's stream will be, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, you know. How are you? I'm okay. Lane, welcome. Perfumer, Saab replay. Spaced out. Stephs and Dushan. And everyone else. How you doing? I am fantastic and I am doing really well. That is not true, but not to worry. We will crack on. Tonight I'd like to try and talk about perfumes. Cologne Aficionado from Haley is fantastic. Thanks for the recommendation, says Lane. My pleasure. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Did you get a bottle? Where did you get one of them from in the States? Welcome, Drawn by Sense. You are wearing Active Bodies by Adidas. I've heard of that. I've never smelled it, though. How is it? Pradeep, welcome. How are we all? I'm okay. Oh, smelling my bottle of Ambra Fetiche. That is not what I wore today, but it is very nice. And I sprayed some Anatole Le Breton Racine Carrère on my hand, and it is rather nice. So that's fun. You got a sample from Scent Split. Also ordered a Les Indemnidables sample set. Terrific. You will have to do a video and tell us all how you feel about them. Let me know. Well, I mean, I'm subscribed, so it'll come up on the feed, but when you do it, I will give you a shout out. Pradeep has sprayed a brioche. What did you spray it with? Hello, Kitchy K. How are you? How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. How are the dolls? Are the dolls keeping well? I imagine all them dolls would get dusty, but then I would imagine my perfumes would get dusty. But they don't. But I keep them indoors, to be fair. Ooh. This big 100 ml of Dusita. It's a big unit. Hello, James. How are you? Carnival Tribute is wearing Encens Mythique. It's a beautiful fragrance, to be fair. 10-4, Rich. 10-4. Sorry. Germs, welcome. Oh, I was going to get a 10 ml bottle of Heaven Can Wait today, but I decided against it because I spent my cash on a massive diptyque amber candle. Tremendous. I'm good. And so are the dolls. Got a new one with huge eyes, says Kitchy K. Interesting. How am I? I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm hoping not to talk about politics or any other kind of subject like that tonight. I'm hoping to just get by. Get by with a little help from my friends. Oh! Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I've been working my way through a 10ml travel spray of Heaven Can Wait. I think it deserves 100ml, says Carnival Tribute. Active Bodies is ambery, slightly floral, and has a bit of funk, a bit of faded pea smell. Don't get much sweetness. That Tom Ford Mer Mystere is fucking awesome. The dry down was fire. I want your take on it. I smelled it today, and I was not impressed. I was not impressed. I've got it on my hand. I don't think it's that good. I'm not going to lie. I don't think it was that good. I thought it was all right. You know. I thought it was all right. I didn't think it was great. Pardon me. I'm smelling my Dusita Monterey. When do I wear this? Do I wear this tomorrow? I'm trying to decide whether I think this is worth it. And do I like this kind of fragrance? I'm not sure. It's very oody, you know. Hello all, wearing some vintage Gila Roche Fiji, says Panda. Let's talk about Pope in France, let's not. I love Diptyque Ambre, it's one of my favourite from the line, says Panda. It is great. Have you smelled the amber fragrance? Is there an amber fragrance? I don't know. There could be, but I'm not sure. Hello Sultan, hello Micah. Just like Music for a While and Rose and Queer, people hating on Heaven Can Wait will pose like they liked in 5 years. Ah, possibly. There are now so many Tom Fords that it's increasingly hard to find the full range being sold. Even classics like Noir de Noir are being shunted out by the new stuff. It's true. It's true. It's hard to find the older, better stuff. Did you get that Tom Ford DNA like I did? Yes, it does smell like a Tom Ford. I'll give you that. It does smell like a Tom Ford, absolutely. But I just didn't think it was very good. I thought it lacked a bit of... complexity. I thought it lacked a bit of quality, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was particularly good, like. The closest to an amber scent from Diptyque I've tried is Bohemian Bohem. Gorgeous scent. That is too soft. Shame. It's a shame when they're too soft. Yes, Dusita has got a breathy kind of note to it. I will put Jules back. Kitschy K is wearing Opium from the 70s. I love Kitschy K. And I love Opium from the 70s. Benjoin Bohem is lovely, says Pradeep. Can't get it in my local boutique. They also told me that they don't sell Oud Palau outside of the boutiques anymore. And my local Diptyque is not a boutique. Diptyque, boutique. C'est chic. Who knows? Oh! Wow, proposal there. Not a proposal to declare your undying love for Oud Palau and Kitschy K. Not Oud Palau. Diptyque. Far dry down smells like kind of cheap and synthetic, says Micah. Sprayed some tuxedo on my hand for comparison, still on the fence. It does smell cheap. I think all the YSL smell cheap now. It's such a shame. Today, my scent of the day was Vanille Havane. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm yawning a lot. I need sleep. Yeah, my scent of the day was Vanille Havane. So, I think it's beautiful. It's a really good fragrance, to be fair. Everyone thinks it's good for a reason. You know what I mean? Any Tom Ford Private Blend Intense worth it? No. Not in my experience, anyway. Tuscan Leather Intense was a rip-off. The Tobacco Oud Intense was just Tobacco Oud with more vanilla. Oud Wood Intense was a completely different fragrance. Noir to Noir Intense would be great spaced out, I agree. Fabulous perfume. Smelled that Gucci Guilty Elixir as being confirmed. It's shite. Only thing I give it is that it has a leather note that is okay. Oh, God. They'll never top Gucci Guilty Absolute, which is over here. I don't think it's cold enough to wear this yet. I genuinely do not think it's cold enough to wear yet. What's this? Oops, I've just shoved you around a bit. Sorry about that. Smelled that now. Slight rocker bar, anyone? Not for me. Hey guys, Rich. Hope everyone is well. Rich, do you like Gong by January Scent Project? You would have to go back and watch my January Scent Project first impressions to get my answer on that. I can't remember it. I didn't buy any. But I've got first impressions videos about them, and if it was in there, it'll be on that video. Spaced Out says Jacques Cavalier is in my top 3. You know you are in safe hands when he makes a fragrance. So many hits. I don't like what he's done with Louis Vuitton. I like Opium Pour Homme. Opium Pour Homme is pretty sensational. There it is. It's a pretty great fragrance, to be fair. I'm struggling to think of that other stuff that he's done, to be honest. That is my memory letting me down because I'm a bit tired. I've been out today. Went out and tried some watches on. Ow. I am raging because of Shalimar Iris. Skip Tonka and Vanilla, and they do this dunk. Apparently it's shit. I've heard that it's not very good. I got a 50ml of Gucci Guilty Absolute. Wish I had bought a bigger one from when it was more affordable. Yeah, I know. I paid £52 or £54, something in that region, for my 150ml bottles, and I bought 4 of them, and I'm really glad. My only regret is that I didn't buy more, to be honest. Antique Candle's the best. They're up there. They're better than Tiziana Terenzi's, which are, people talk about industry standard, or at least like designer candle making standard, you know. Got all sorts of weird marks on my pants. That's not ideal. But yes. like any take on tonka in any fragrances spaced out. Pure tonka is nice. Pure tonka is nice. I thought it was nicer than Fève de la Suisse. Most fragrances have tonka in, you know. So, I don't necessarily go out my way when I say a tonka fragrance to be like, ooh, I need to smell this tonka fragrance. You know? Pure tonka is nice. Tonka Imperial is nice, says Prodi. Does anybody know where I can get a vintage Spirituous Double Vanille? In the old bottle. I'm looking for one for a friend. I've put a call out to a couple of friends. Tonka is a good bass note, always the bridesmaid, says Micah. Yes, it's always in there with someone else. It's never its own big day, is it? But I do have a friend looking for a vintage Spirituous Double Vanille, and they are very nice. So if you would like to, find one, sorry friends. I might text a couple of other people. I'll see. Let's send Natalia an email. She's good at finding stuff. Prodi, is there any on European Vinted? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I am sorry, friends. Spirituous Double Vanille. There are some silly prices out there, aren't there? Some people wanting some fucking... I mean, Jesus Christ. There's a bottle here, £435 for 75 ml. It's not worth half that. It's not worth fucking half that. Gucci Guilty Absolute. Spirituous Double Vanille could be my favourite art material with Bois d'Harmonie and Iris Ganache. So all of them. DJ, I'm streaming, mate. Why aren't you watching? I'm heartbroken. I would care to read it. Yes. Streaming at the minute. Where is this? Cheapest I got Spirituous Double Vanille for was €160. STV comes up, but silly prices. Yeah. STV is ruined now, I hear, which is exactly the opposite of what somebody else has just told us. Gooch Guilty Absolute on my list to get after I secure a backup of my Libertases Splinter. Be quick, because I'm telling you, those prices are silly. The price of stuff starting to go for now is absolutely bonkers. Tobac Noir, Santal Precious, that one's, said Galfar. Are Caron fragrances good enough? The private line ones? I don't know, but Caron does make good fragrances and they do seem to look after them, as a general rule, you know. So, I mean, don't take that as investment advice. Don't take that as me telling you what to spend your money on. But Caron fragrances, usually they make fragrances and they keep them good, you know. Let's see what's going on the stream. There are good prices for Spirituous Double de Neon Perfumer. I saw an old 75ml bottle for less than €200 a few months back. Good grief. Let's have a look. Let's check that out, spaced out. Oops. Let's go to Souk. And let's go to search. Spirit. Oh, fuck. I'm going to misspell that. You know I am. Spiritus Double Vanille. Ooh. Sample. There's only people selling samples. Yeah. It's just people selling bottles selling samples. Nobody has the vintage bottle up, apparently. But we'll keep an eye out. Gelfar Tobac Blonde is great, says Pradeep. So I've heard. Can you subscribe so it shows up? But you can subscribe so it shows up your email, says Spaced Out. That's cool. I like that. I like Perfumer. I'm enjoying it at the minute. I just need to get more used to it. Sorry, I've just nudged you again. I do beg your pardon. I don't mean to do that. There's this on a slant. There's a lot of hype here in Spain with Laboratorio Olfactivo. Have you tried any? I don't think so, Galfar. I do not think so. Maybe, but I don't think so. Oh, God, I love this stuff. I absolutely love this stuff. Gucci Guilty Absolute. What a fragrance this is. It's such a rascal. It's so out there. It's so outrageous. Olivia Paul's made a good Dior, Guerlain, and many Chanel's. Real superstar, more than Kurkdjian. He's a better perfumer than Kurkdjian, absolutely. Totally agree. He's much more in line with his father, you know? Like, when the dad sets such high standards and the boy lives up to it, that's quite an impressive feat, is it not? Olivia didn't want to be a perfumer at first, did he? Generic perfume related channel name. Welcome. Alhambra is a good amber from them. Welcome, generic perfume related channel name. Thank you for coming. We've had some great names in the last 24 hours, haven't we? 9 churches. That was a highlight. It's good stuff. I might wear camel tomorrow. You big camel. Arancia Rossa is the most hyped one. How is it? Spaced Out. How is the projection and longevity of Bois d'Harmonie? Ah, yo, Ramsey. How you doing? How are you, mate? Are you doing okay? Tonight we are burning a candle, mate. I started a new job a few weeks ago and I've been busy with that, but I want to make another video soon. Oh, you've been making videos. Let's have a look. Ah, yes, you have. I'm subscribed. What the... I remember now. Sorry, my memory's absolutely atrocious. That's shameful. What the hell's wrong with me? Closer to the skin, but lasts all day, like Bois d'Argent. My channel name shall be Pope Sense, or Scent Mood, says Prodeep. I saw Jacob talking. Yes, I saw this. And all the different concentrations, including Poudre, only have the EDT and the refillable coffin bottle. Any thoughts? Number 19. I think I sold my 19s to Audrey Jane. I think I sold them to Audrey Jane, bless her. Jean-Claude Lena making natural blood orange fragrance, says Galfar. Who for? Who for, Galfar? Who's he making that for? I wonder if we'll ever see Jean-Claude Lena release his own brand. Hope not. Hope not. You know? I think Mathieu and I think Alberto Marias and Coeur all released their own brands because they wanted to leave a legacy with something with their name attached to it. You know? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Hello, Lily. I'm all right. What up, Rich and everyone in the chat? Welcome, Hove. How's Jay-Z? And Generic says, I can't see a blood orange perfume being better than Orange Sanguine from Atelier Cologne. That was some perfume, that. It smelled exactly like fresh squeezed orange juice. I didn't like it. It's not something I would wear. I would feel like I spilled something on myself. But what a feat of perfumery that was. Insane. Was just privy to first review of Aventus Absolute, in which it was very similar to Dior Elixir. That's going to be shit. What's the point? Why do we even bother, my friends? Is life not pointless if we are just going to make Aventus that smells like Sauvage and Sauvage that smells like Aventus? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Surely there is more to life. I am well. I have a new dining room table and bed for my daughter being delivered today. That's nice. A new dining room table. Cool. He has made the last fragrance called Viaggio in Italia by Jean-Claude Lena. 5 fragrances, 100 ml for €100. Nicely priced for Laboratorio. That is nicely priced. 100 ml, €100. We like that kind of thing. I hope when Frederick Malle goes the way of the dinosaur, whoever takes up next renames it Additions to Parfums X instead of ruining it. Spaced out. I found a little bit. Used tester bottle of the Bois d'Argent, the fixed atomizer one, not the bold golden box. Bois d'Armenie, I beg your pardon. Can't wait for it to arrive. Why is it easier to find legendary 40-year-old vintage perfumes than it is to find Sycamore EDT? Because Chanel have got such a tight grip on their distribution, all right, that they take back all of their discontinued concentrations and formulas and everything and destroy them. So there's none floating around out there, you know? That is why. Savagos. Ramsey is wearing MCM Success. I wore that in the summer and I loved it. What a fragrance that is, by the way. It's tremendous. A beautiful fragrance. Beautiful honey fragrance, one of the best. I also really want Sycamore EDT. If I ever come to sell it, I think Rudy had his hand on it first, but whatever happens, I'll let you know. That's wild, says Lily. It is wild. All the good material wasted. Yep. After the stream, I'm going to see the Anatoly Le Breton video, says Galfar. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Well, it's still 90 plus Fahrenheit here. That's hot. It's been quite cold here recently. Actually, in the last couple of days, it was very cold this morning. Sycamore EDP is too much of a violet smell to me, says Generic Perfume. Shall I just get out a little bit of bottle porn for you? This might cause bottle envy, actually. Hold on. I paid about 350 quid for this. That is my Sycamore EDT. I don't know if you can see that on the back, but it says Eau de Toilette. And it is a 6701. So I don't know what that is. I don't know why they don't just put a made-on date or a sell-by date on their bloody perfumes. It's ridiculous. It's beautiful, this, though. It's much more sprightly than the original. Than the EDP, I beg your pardon. It's just got something. It's just got that X factor, that kind of extra something like you can't nail down. The EDP smells sluggish compared to this. Bottle envy. I do have bottles of envy as well. I've got 2. Sycamore EDP is too much of a violet smell. I feel bad for those oil suppliers or farmers growing the raw materials. Well, I mean, they got paid. You know. They did get paid. It's not like they've robbed them. I am going to the bathroom, excuse me, whilst I dehydrate. Please enjoy my bottle of Sycamore EDT. I am sure you will, as I have. Goodness me. There's a nice ambery vanillic kind of scent roaming around in here. My candle is very nice by the smells of it. So that's good. I'm glad I like it. I bought the big one this time. What will we do here? I don't know. Let's take a quick look, shall we? Yes. Yes, we shall. I'm back. Oh! How are we? My throat is dry. Why, oh why is my throat dry? I don't know. Yee, says Stephs. Need to try florist fragrances. I'm going to London in December, says Galfar. Do a spray over the candle flame. Certainly not. This is a thrill, so close to the flame, says Lily. It's a splash, Pradeep. Have you encouraged Eugene to start a shaving channel, says Drawn by Sense. No. No, why? Hello, Pat Lester. How are you? You are wearing Aramis 900. How nice. That sounds vintage. Oh. This sycamore's lovely. Foil, Rich, foil. What foil? Foil for what? Oh, you bastard. Do you have Muscat Ravageur? I've got a 10mm. Well, I've got about half a 10mm. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I've got a dry throat, that's what I've got. And I shouldn't do. I shouldn't have a dry throat, but I do. Oof. It's getting cooler here. I wonder what the OG smelled like. What, Muscat Ravageur? Apparently it was much more filthy than the original. Foil for the candle for an even burn. Apparently you've got to leave it to burn for 3 hours the first time you burn it, and I set it off at about 6, 7 o'clock, so I'm not going to turn it off until 10. We will see. There'll be no precious wax wastage, don't worry. I can always get some foil later. I'm not sure I've got any foil actually. Muscat Ravageur is shite. The one that they are selling now, says Galfar at least. Oh no, it's a spray after you dropped, says Pradeep. It's not a splash. It's not a splash at all. I don't think you can get them in splashes actually. The Dior, the cologne by, what are they called? Chanel. What do you think they put in the Enchanted Forest lid to make it so heavy? It's a big unit. You know? Fill it with water or something. Got an itchy chin. I have an itchy chin, but why? Why do I have an itchy chin? Itch Mitch. I've smelled a 2005 version of Muscat Ravageur and people are just overblowing how better it is, says Pradeep. Are they? Looks like Hero the Hype did his thing. I'm about to blow up your email about why foil is imperative earlier than later, says Florence. Oh, Lily. What you like. I might go and see if there's any foil just to shut Lily up. What happened to the last 189? I don't want that type of content staying up on my channel. to be honest. I want this to be a perfume channel, you know. It used to do my bloody head in when other people would have perfume channels. You know, when I was a consumer of said content, it used to do my head in when people would go off on like opinions about things that were like real world stuff. So I deleted it. I deleted that stream because I want this to be a place where we can come to get away from that shit, you know. Although I thought I was very even-handed with everything that I said, that should fuck off. It wasn't just politics, it was health. I was talking about how my health was what it is. I do like this. I do like this place to be somewhere where we can come to get away from that shit, because it's fucking everywhere and the world's miserable. You know what I mean? And this is a nice, happy place. Hello, Lego West. Hey, Rich, I have a feeling one of the next samples of the Anatoly Le Breton is going to get the heck of a reaction. Look forward to it. Loved your comment on being wary, liking 3 of the 4. So the last 3 that I've got is L'eau de Scandalous, Fleur Cachée, and Incarnata. They are the last ones that I have. I've enjoyed the Anatoly Le Breton. It's not bad at all for an indie house. And the one I've got, Racine Carrère, isn't bad at all as a general fragrance. You know? Should I buy current Egoist? If you can, get a vintage. Because it is better. But the current version is good. I had one. And then I got like 4 bottles of the vintage, so I sold it. And the only reason I sold it is because I had 4 bottles of the vintage. If I didn't, I would have kept it and worn it happily. I've still got my vintage Antaeus, which I can see from here. And I still wear that, even though I've got vintage ones of that. Because I think I'm about halfway through that Antaeus. Beautiful fragrance. You know? You can't go wrong with a Jacques Paul's fragrance. I used to have a Lattafa perfume and the cap fell apart one day. There were 2 large metal nuts glued to the inside to make the thing heavy. Oh dear. I bought a candle today, says Pierre. Was wearing Chergui today for the first time, says Divine. I'm mind blown that this is popular. Powdery tobacco with hay, longevity around 8 hours on the current batch. Blows. Hold on a second. Where are we? That's Ambra Sultan. That is Shen. There's Chergui. This is magnificent. It was much different back when it was first released, though. Mine's like the 2nd or 3rd version. I just got back out from a drive out to Stonehenge in my new ride, a Polestar 1. I'm not sure what that is. Duck just spent $720 to go to Universal Studios Hollywood Horror Nights, front of the line pass for me and my girl. Outrageous. That is a lot of money. I hope you had a nice time. Do you have Antaeus soap? Pass, maybe. Don't think so, though. Absolutely beautiful weather today. Definitely autumnal feeling in the air. Yeah. It's after the meteorological. It's after the equinox anyway, so now it's going to get into the proper autumnal weather. I think I may have mentioned this before. Have you seen the duck-shaped Aramis soap? No. No, I haven't, but I would like to. Oh, did you talk about Musc Ravageur earlier? Missed it and would like to hear your opinion. It's all right, but much like Divine was saying about Chergui, I don't understand how Musc Ravageur got as popular as it did. You know? It's all right, but I'm not a big Musk fan. You know? Not a big vanilla fan. You know, it smells like the underside of a cat. It's warm, furry, cozy, soft. You know, not not I just don't get a lot from it. I just don't care for it very much. There's some people it drives them mad. Some people absolutely love it, but not me, unfortunately, which is a shame. I'm with you on Musk Ravageur. That scent sucks too, says Divine. I wonder what percentage of Parfum de Marley buyers got a bottle just because they believe it will get them a girlfriend. A large percent, mate. A large percent. It's on Etsy, says Lego East. Oh, it'll be fucking thousands if it's on Etsy. Dear me. Let's have a look. I'll put me Serge Luton back. I might wear Amber Sultan tomorrow. Basically, I'm at this stage at the minute where I want to wear Mur Dont every day. You know? That's where I'm at the minute. You like the musk and things like Koros though, right, Doc? Yeah. Yeah. It's not really the musk that I'm like attracted to in Koros though, you know? It's the juxtaposition that I like about Koros, you know? I like how it's clean but filthy at the same time. Genius. Everything you described is exactly why I love it. I love how varied the opinions in the community are. I agree, Maivu. And welcome to you. I'm glad to see you. I don't believe I've ever seen you before, but welcome. Please stay. Hang around with us. That is true. I do like how two people can smell the same thing and smell completely different things from the same thing, have two totally different opinions of the same fragrance. Like I could spray my Musk Ravageur on me once, right? And I could spray the next spray on you, and we could have two completely different opinions of the same perfume. It's crazy how that happens. It's amazing. Rich, did you like that candy in memory of me? I didn't know you'd died. I'm about to eat ramen and Korean fried chicken. Oh, so you're about to die. I see. You never wear a fragrance twice in a row. Never. Never wear a fragrance 2 days in a row. It is one of my only hard rules that I have for perfume. Musk Ravageur is an echo chamber. People just know the one fragrance from Marl and act like sheep, says Pradeep. Are you DJ in disguise? If Anatoly Le Breton get a hold on you, try out some of the Maison du Berry. I'll write that down. Mur Dont had that effect on me. Yes, I love it. Oh, God almighty. What a fragrance Mur Dont is. This is gorgeous. I'm absolutely loving Mur at the minute. I've always liked Mur. You know? I've always liked Mur. But at the minute, I'm absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. I'm very annoyed how people labelled it or anything as panty droppers, though. Have some decorum, people. Quite right. Nobody here describes anything as a panty dropper. It's not why we're into fragrances, to be honest. I just like the smell of them. If you think the perfume's going to get you a girlfriend, you are very sad and very alone, I can tell you. No perfume will get you a girlfriend, and frankly, if it did, I'm not sure it's the type of girl you want to be with. Same goes for girls looking for boys. There is no perfume going to get you a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I wear a mankini and no perfume is a mankini dropper, sadly, says Jura Rose. That is a very niche perfume. Un Fleur de Cassis is the best Marl, says DJ. Somebody asked me this the other day. What do I think the best Marl is? And I really, really, really struggled with it. Like, I really struggled with it. Rich has not seen your mankini. What is my favourite Marl? Could be music for a while, you know. I liked Monsieur for a while, and then, like, I don't know how I feel about Monsieur from day to day. The Night, I like that. Promise, I would have said once upon a time. but I changed my mind. As everyone has the right to do, especially with perfume. Noir a piece up there, I think. I'm not sure how I feel about Noir a piece. This is my older bottle. This is my 8-digit batch code one. It reminds me a bit of like vintage fragrances. I promise, says Ramsey. Ramsey's taking the promise slander hard. He's not happy. Iris Poudre is my number one. Iris Poudre is probably my favourite at the minute because I got an older bottle. I got a pre Estee Lauder. This is a pre Estee Lauder Noir a piece, and I got a pre Estee Lauder. Oh, just mentioned it. What was it? Iris Poudre. All right, and they're both completely different from the Lauder versions. They just are. I think that if I had to say my favourite one, it would probably be Geranium Pour Monsieur at the minute. But that is subject to change at any point. What is the best Marley? There isn't one. They're all terrible. Trick question. If I'm brave, I'd wear Promise every day, says my view. Good Lord, you would have to be brave. I'm only a little bit in it for the girl aspect, to be honest. I like to think that other people know I smell amazing. Yes, I want everyone to think I smell amazing. You know? Because I want everyone to have good taste, but not everyone does. You know? I have good taste, but then I would say that, wouldn't I? And everyone should think that their taste is good. You know? Everyone should figure out their own taste. That's what makes us feel sad. It makes us feel sad about influencers. It's not what makes us angry about influencers. Well, it is, I suppose, because it's the cynicism at which they exploit that. They think they think and they make money from making you spend your money on things that you're not sure you're going to like, selling you something that's fake. I mean, that's the nature of advertising, isn't it? You know, but I don't know. I know some hate it, but I think Dries Van Noten is very good, says Pradeep. Yuck. Rich summer 2022, you did not stop wearing Geranium Pour Monsieur. That's because it was hotter than the fucking sun here. It was so hot. It was ridiculously hot. Unbelievable heat. What a fragrance it is, though. Trumpet Eclipse Cologne. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh, Trumpet Eclipse Cologne has a vintage vibe, which is surprising. Have you ever smelled Eucharis? Or Eucharis? Beautiful. Strange. It's like having Chateaubriand roast beef. My scent of the day is Io non ho manchichar. Right, you can keep ahead of that if you want, Jura Rose. There's no way I'm trying to pronounce that. I'll end up fucking swallowing my tongue. Not hating, but Sebastian getting lazy with his reviews, repetitive. When you say repetitive, Sebastian's always been one of those people who says the same words over and over again in a very slightly different way. Like, I mean, to be fair to Sebastian, he's been doing it for like 10 years, best part of 15 years, you know. But he does say the same words over and over again. Like, in like 2 or 3 different ways, you know. You know, if you've got four of something, you can only arrange it 16 different ways. you know, or something like that. Like, he just, like, it just, like, he does that, you know? He fills that quota with his words. Like, I like Sebastian. I think Sebastian's one of the good guys, actually. In comparison to a lot of the other ones, he's brilliant. For me, he still retains his passion for fragrances. You know, he's not a cynical, like, give me money and I'll say whatever sort of thing. You know. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I'm sorry, got a dry throat. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean by the repetitive thing, and like he's like, I struggle sometimes to like force myself to make a video, you know, and I enjoy it when I do it. I couldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. It's just the getting up out of me bed, getting over to the bloody chair, sitting down, and then talking for 20 minutes. Just become like the thought of doing it becomes harder than the actual doing of it. Do you know what I mean? Like writing 1.4 different ways in an essay to meet the length requirement. Exactly. It literally feels as though he's trying to just extend his videos out to 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever he feels he's got to do, you know. Rich, do you miss Champagne or Absolute? Yes and no. Yes and no. I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't wear it. But how are you enjoying it? I haven't tried Dries Van Noten, but some of their scents lately got buzz and frag come, probably due to PR bottles, almost certainly due to PR bottles. People I know who have smelled them have said they were shocking. But I don't think he's not been high in about 4 years. Yes, I would agree with that. He says the exact same word over and over and over again. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Says, right, yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He kind of just like. I mean, all you've got to do is watch him, and he has. I mean, he's got to be high. Is this Gandra or YouTuber talking about? He's got to be high. Like, I mean, you've seen him when he gets on camera. He's bong-eyed like you wouldn't believe. The man is as high as a kite. You know what I mean? He's in orbit. Fair play. I couldn't do that high. I couldn't sit here and review fragrances high. I'd just like dwindle off into like oblivion, like, you know what I mean? All this, I hope, isn't coming across as Sebastian slander, because I do actually think Sebastian's one of the good guys. I think would be a lot worse off without him. And there are a lot of reviewers in this community who I think we would be a lot better off without. I haven't tried. Sorry, he just seems so nice. I imagine he is a nice guy. Rich, do you miss Champagne? Absolute. Dimitri fragrance review is or was a good view too. Yes, he was with his Is he the guy who used to have his shirt open, or are you talking Dimitri Sorcery? The guy from Australia. I'm talking about the guy from Europe. He had ginger hair and chest. He used to have his chest hair out quite a lot. They were both good, to be fair. Yeah, Sebastian will say if he doesn't like a fragrance, he even rants occasionally. Yes, exactly. I'm not articulate enough to review a fragrance for 10 minutes. It takes me like 20 seconds. That's called being erudite. Any idiot can make things complicated. It takes someone of true genius to make something simple. Every time I smell the spray of a Viventus and 31 Rue Cambon, they get stuck in my nose, and I can smell them for hours or even for a few minutes afterwards. I can smell them for a few minutes afterwards. That's good. You're getting your money's worth. Hello, everyone. Hello, Antonio Hobson. Rich, how are you? Love the new camera. Thanks. I never realised Sebastian was high. Really? I mean, I don't want this again. If Sebastian comes out and says, look, I'm not high in my videos, then I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But to me, he looks like he's been enjoying himself. Maybe it's medicinal. I don't know. But it is legal in California. I like his videos with Dahlia. Yes. Did you meet him at Pitty? How was he? I love his collab videos. Yeah, I do as well. Dahlia is great. She is absolutely fantastic. I thought that's just how he is. Maybe it is. Maybe he's been smoking for so long that, or maybe he doesn't smoke. Maybe he eats gummies. I don't know. You know? Hell of a life, that. Getting high and smelling perfume. Good grief. I'm envious, frankly. That'd be great. That's what you're doing. I'm just getting high and smelling perfume. Oh, God. That would be amazing. Sebastian D, please always have him at the centre and a guest in a corner. Oh, dear. That song's going to be stuck in my bloody head now. Sorry, friends. We smoked that bomb. Couldn't smoke if I wanted to. I can get like this oil stuff that my mate makes, which is like really good. Just put like a few drops of that under your tongue and away you go. You know? Good evening. Manly Sense, how are you? Damashi, anyone? Where? What for? To do with what? I don't think you should be saying that on here, Rich. Yep. Well, I mean, what they're going to do? You want to raid us for having cameras? Then fine. What are you going to do? At this point, I'm beyond the point of caring, like, you know. I hardly think that people are I'm gonna get arrested. Nobody subscribed to me as a snitch. I don't believe that for a second. We don't tolerate snitches around these parts. I mean, if it was crack or fucking heroin or some shit like that, maybe, but you know. God. Lovely scent of the day. Do you get the bitumen in the mid? I would Eric a review as one of the worst I've run into recently. I'm so thankful for all the love you guys. Come to my meet and greet, says Proddy. Oh, God. It's a choice of fucking boyfriend that offends me about her. He's a right prick. I can't stand Raphael. I've got no problem announcing that. He is a horrible person. Legoist, I see what you are thinking. I got a lot of clove. Snitches get stitches, says Manly Sense. Only get buzzed by oak moss, yes. Smoke moss. It's a different experience smoking and smelling fragrances. Your senses are intensified. Yes, I used to get that with food and I used to get that with music. I used to enjoy music a lot more intensely when I was when I was getting baked when I was a kid. You know what I mean? God. Just couldn't handle it, no. I just thought Chaos Frag was higher than a kite. I mean, he's one of the first to kind of make like an algorithm of it to try he was kind of one of the first to make like a business venture of it, you know, post Jeremy. Ashton's getting hard to watch. I have spoke about how much I think of Ashton. I rate Ashton highly. I think Ashton's sound. I think Ashton as a guy is really sound, but his videos are becoming increasingly hard to watch. And I've got to be honest, I haven't watched any for a couple of weeks now. I see them pop up, and it's like, eesh. You know what I mean? Like, and it's. I mean, I don't want to say it's a shame. It's a shame for me. It's not a shame for him because he's doing really well, and I don't begrudge him that. Like, I mean, if there are any of them that I would like to see do well, it would be him. But, oy, like, I can't watch it. I can't watch it. The videos just are so far from what I want to see. So I don't watch it. You know what I mean? I don't go on there and dislike, and I don't go on there and fucking leave horrible comments, and I don't want to be on here on my channel spouting bile. You know what I mean? Like, because he's a nice guy. He's a good guy. I think he is one of the good guys. But yikes, the content's just so not me. So not me. Lanier Smith is still peak Fragcom. High watermark is Lanier Smith. Oh, shut up, Dura, you slag. Most reviewers have become hard to watch. Ashton is pure cringe, says KMKM. Welcome, KMKM. Girl on Heritage EDP or EDT modern version, because I'm not trying to spend 200 on it, says Silver Panther. I have the EDT. Do I have the EDT? Yes, I do. It's written right there in large letters on the front. I have the EDT, and I really enjoyed that when I wore it, and I'm going to wear it again soon. Rich, you didn't try that fragrance that you can't pronounce, did you? No, correct, I didn't. Fragmental too? I haven't watched Fragmental for a long time, I must admit. It's just not my cut. Exactly the same thing. Sure, he's a lovely bloke. You know what I mean? But just that content's just not for me. I certainly don't think he's like an egregious. He's not like somebody who does lists constantly, and he does mix his stuff up, but he's very heavily involved in the business side of it as well. You know. So I don't watch. It's as simple as that. I don't watch. I don't think that he's a bad person though. You know what I mean? I made a complete tit of myself when I watched. I saw the title for that video he did when he was at Essence, and I said something about it on Eugene's stream, and it turned out that the title was to fool people, and it completely got us. And I made a right tit of myself, much deservedly so, because you should watch. One of my friends at work has been getting into perfume, and the other day he asked me, "Who is this Jeremy guy YouTube keeps recommending after your videos, Ramsey?" Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Slag is mining term originally. Yes, it is. Rich is all right when he does his homework, says Jura. Fight me. Paul Francis, welcome. How are you? Does anyone watch Troy D 24/7 Mail? That's a hell of a name. Fragmental did admit that he's dramatically trained, which he is. He's an actor and a voiceover actor, and only got into fragrances for YouTube. Yes. Yes. I understand you wanted like a project. You know what I mean? Like, but there's no real right or wrong way to get into perfume, is there? So it's hard to sit and say you shouldn't be into perfume because you only got into it because you wanted a YouTube channel. If he loves his perfume, and I do believe that he really enjoys his perfumes, you know. But I know what you're saying. He did say that he wanted to start a YouTube channel and he wanted to have a YouTube presence and was looking for a vehicle to do that, you know. What's with these soap opera streams under the name of Perfume Narcissistic Hags? Is that what the name of the channel is? I'd like to see more videos of Talking Sense. He's good, Talking Sense. Yes, I'd like to see Ben do more perfume videos. I wish he would. He's got a lot of projects going on, Ben, actually. And he is good. I watched all of Ben's stuff a long time ago. But you do have the Les odorants, though, you know. Spaced Out says, Mr. Smelly stopped doing live streams. I see no more drama in Fragcom. Has he actually stopped doing live streams, or is he just taking a break? Is he doing it because he feels that they're overexposed? What's going on? It's like Mr. Smelly's content. I can't watch that anymore. You know, it's like it's very far removed from what the reasons that I used to watch him. Then he started having cuddles on, and that was like, whoa, that makes it very easy for me to walk away. You know what I mean? Simple as. Scentland is always a good watch, says Silver Panther. I like Chris. Patchouli Pappy is a good one, as is Cheap Imitation. Cheap Imitation and Patchouli Pappy are both brilliant, and they deserve a lot more subscribers than they've got. Scent Zatura, I would encourage you all to go and subscribe to Scent Zatura. Scent Zatura, meh, used to be good. Says Manly Scents. There are people that feel that way, actually, yes. There are people who say that Chris on isn't what he used to be, but maybe he's just ran out of all the things he wanted to say. That's why I don't make a lot of videos. I don't make videos every day, you know. Like, I don't make videos a lot because I'm worried I'm going to run out of shit to say, you know. I'm hoping DJ will start a blog. Yes. He's looking more and more like Keanu Reeves, says Ramsey. Yes, we were talking about this the other day. Bilbo, how are you, mate? I'll be doing a gaming stream tomorrow, Bilbo. Tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon, your time probably. About 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock my time. And I live in Britain, so whatever the time is compared to you there. I'm absolutely loving this Murad Don. Good grief. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Ooh, it's burning me on. Oh. I don't want it to sound like I'm just sitting here passing judgment on other people in fragrance community. You know what I mean? Because I haven't got that kind of right to talk. And no one died and put me in charge. I'm just saying how I think, really. Anoush, Anush, do you have a vintage Samsara EDP? Two bottles are worth it then. Ah, honestly, there may need to be more. I know Fliss is trying to rein us in and be the voice of reason and tell us the rights and wrongs of it. I can't imagine ever not loving that fragrance, like M7. Search up Caden Cross, not to be confused with the thingy star. He has some original Dior and fragrance Frederick Moore reviews. News, we have to stop me like this. You're being a little overprotective of me now, says Lily. DJ is a good writer. I do like it when he sends me stuff that he's written. Happy Saturday, Anush. Can you run out of things to say, says Ramsey? Yes. I think some people in the fragrance community. I mean, we were talking about Sebastian before. Has Sebastian run out of things to say? He's just saying them the same things in just not necessarily the right order. You know, I've got nearly 20 mil of the Samsara Parfum Original. Incredible. I have got some Samsara. I've got Femme Rochas Parfum, or Rochas Femme, I should say, and I've got. Have I got Samsara Parfum? Excuse me, I've got Samsara Eau de Parfum, but I'm looking for some vintage Samsara EDP. Shalimar EDP, I beg your pardon. How many times can you talk about the same fragrance though, says Spaced Out? Well, I mean, I do it regularly on the fragrance rotation. You know what I mean? You do, Anush. Tarantino can't squeeze out more than 10. Scorsese wants to do more different points of view, I guess. I like his boring fragrances video though. At least it's different, is my view. Excuse me, friends, I'm going to dehydrate. Ooh! Anush, was there ever an Antace soap? I'll be back in a second. Hold on. Hold up. Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey, 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 hey. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to get me some tin foil for that can. One moment, please. I'm back. It's me. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do here, but I've got the tin foil, so that's a start. Oh, shiny. Oh! Let's see what we got. Enchanté. Cheers, Anoush. Okay, so what we got? What is a good price for Samsung? I think Tune Reviews is my favourite fragrance channel ever, so spaced out. I've been using the Mysore soap some nice subscribers sent me these past few weeks, and it's quite nice. Yep, there was indeed a soap with a case. Do you have any? Tinfoil hat use, sir. I paid 33 quid for an unbought 15ml pot of the Perfume with about 12ml left in it. So I'd be looking to pay just under 40 for a full one. I sent Rich an Indian soap bar a while ago. Rich is not making the case for me that I do not indeed need to bully him. He's not making the case for me that I do not indeed bully him. What? That's some serious double negativity there. Two actually want to use one for his collection. I want to try Samsara soap. It's supposed to be really nice. No need. No idea about those, but I plan to get both soon. Now you know what I paid, mate, says Nick. What do I do with this tin foil to stop this from tunneling, eh? Not for many years, says Anush. That's a shame. Do you have any Samsara? You're a double negative, says Lily. Shut up. Tin foil candle trick. What's it supposed to look like? You're supposed to put it over one side. You can fix a tunnel candle by wrapping a piece of aluminium foil around the edges and simply letting it burn. Make sure the foil hangs over the built-up wax areas, but leave it open in the centre so the wick can still burn properly. After a couple of hours, the wax should melt and even out the surface. I see. Let's get the images, shall we? Okay then. It would be easier if the flame was not lit. Well, the flame is lit, Lila. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that is a long bit of tin foil. Is it not, my friends? That is not as aesthetically pleasing as it once was, let's be honest. Ooh, that's hot. How do you like that? Ow. You stay on. By God. Give me a perfume. There it is. That'll have to do, I'm afraid. Unlucky. Alright, don't touch it. Don't do anything. How do you like them apples? Basically make a dome. No, not aesthetically pleasing, but it'll save your candle. Let's have a good long burn first, though, so the liquid wax entirely covers the top of the candle, says Peter. Yes. Yes, that's what I did. That's what I've been doing. Nick S says, looks like a beef chuck parcel, says Product. I don't know what that is. Better Call Saul. Boss Spirit, says Nick. Nice. It does work. Stops tunneling, says Jura. So that's what we've got going on, friends. I hope you enjoy it. If this doesn't work, Lily, I'm going to sue. Lawyer up. Oh. Leave it for at least another 45 minutes, says Jura Rose. Okay. Did I tell you all about Kerosine's Followed yesterday? Absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful, my friends. Absolutely woeful. Not a great fragrance, this. Not a great flanker, not a great fragrance. Nothing of the sorts. I'm just going to push you in a little bit there. There it is. Keep the heat in. Hope the house doesn't burn down. Oh shit, you were looking forward to that. What was I looking forward to? Followed was woeful. It's not great, like. It's not great, like. It's got this spicy. Imagine if somebody put cinnamon in your coffee with vanilla. Like, Follow is much better. Much better. Oh, Ramsey lost a fucking sample of Green Valley. Yikes. All my kerosines that I just got were woeful. Were they? Oh no. Sample some more Amouage soon, says Spaced Out. I remember there was a butter in the coffee trend. Yuck. Me too, Judah. Follow is European and Followed is American, says Prodeep. Kind of. It's got to be here, but I've been looking hours and hours and can't find it. Maybe it's gone under the carpet. Maybe it's gone down a noose. A nuke, even. Not a noose, a nuke. A nuke, a cranny. Hope you're ready for the next episode. Sorry, I don't know what that was. That was weird. What you eating? I'm not eating anything. Jura Rose is eating. Ramsey is stressed. Not surprised, I would be. I was when my Creed Green Valley was off. Somebody's got a bottle up on eBay at the minute for like 600 quid. Samyang ramen shite. It's too late to be eating. It's too late to be eating, man. It's like 9:30. Well, I was asking Jura. Spicy it is, says Jura. Douglas sells 30ml Neroli Portofino for €180. That is a rip-off. I don't think Neroli Portofino is that good. I don't think it's certainly not worth that kind of money. And a dry one or the soupy one? You are soupy. Hey, 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 hey. I'm baking camembert. Yikes. Third duck mukbang channel. No. I've barely got the strength to do the gaming channel and the perfume channel. I'm battered. I need to get my health sorted. I'm going to see the nurse on Monday, 9 o'clock sharp. The Americans will all be asleep, fast asleep, while I am learning my fate. Rich does not love spicy food. That's the last thing Rich loves. Oh, Newcastle are playing tomorrow. We are playing Sheffield United. And woe betide us if we lose. I think Luton and Sheffield United could be about to have some of the worst seasons in Premier League football history. Manly Sense is wearing Courageous Homme. I need to decant this into one of my 100ml bottles. It is a fantastic fragrance, this shit. It really is. Absolutely awesome sauce. It's beautiful. But my bottle is fucked. Double fucked. Jura Rose, you did tell me about Courageous and I bought a bottle. Stephen D, how are you? I have dried Carolina Reaper. I love putting a little bit into my food, says Space Down. Painful. Painful hoop. It's just not worth the pain. I'm not massively into spicy food. Is vintage Oscar de la Renta Polar Wee an awful lot better than the current version? Not an awful lot. Well, yes, it is, frankly. So there. Sorry about that. I'm thinking of putting Fat Electrician into the spring and summer collection. I'm also thinking of doing the same thing with something else, and I've completely forgotten what it was. There was something else I'm thinking of putting into the spring and summer collection, and fuck knows what it was. Jesus, where are you? There's something else out there that I'm thinking of doing that with. I'm thinking of selling this vintage noir piece. Do you have any other Eldos or just Fat Electrician? I've got Rien as well. It's amazing. Welcome, Bob. Well, I'll have to track one down then. Thanks, Rich, says Nick. I've got one. I might sell one. I might very well sell one, mate. Eat ramen with hands, says Prodi. Steven says, scent of the day, Fahrenheit Le Parfum. I've got a vintage Polar Wee on the way. The current is very soapy. I will have to find where I've put my bottle. I've got a couple. Kerosene let me down, looking for a new house to try. Try Parfum d'Empire. I wonder why anyone would need a 200ml bottle of Amber Nargile smelling like apple pie every day. Do you prefer it to the incense version? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Very much so. Prefer it to the incense. Intense incense. Hell of a name. Hell of a name, that. I'll try saying that after a couple of bongs. Not that I smoke bongs, but you know what I mean. It's Jura Rose laughing up. I don't like it when Jura Rose laughs. I get scared something bad's about to happen. It's got an evil laugh. More of a cackle. Ah. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Lots of leaves talk today, says my view. I know. It's not always like this, I promise. Rich, do you have more Serges than Dior, says Bob. Yes, I think so, but not by much. Jeremy, I would like to dunk this right now. No, don't do that. I'm painting tomorrow, says Joey. Why is Lily cracking up? I should paint you with a bunch of grapes, Rich. Just grapes. You leave me alone. Stop painting me with grapes. So it's been cool here the past few days. I'm thinking of moving. I always do these experimental little things where I put certain fragrances as like crossover fragrances, you know, from spring to summer. Not spring to summer. I'm sure there are certain fragrances in summer that I think, oh, this will work in autumn. And then when it gets to autumn, I'm like, oh, it's too cold for this. And I've tried to do that this year, and I think I've done it with Royal Oud, which I don't think is going to work very well in the autumn. And I don't think that the fragrance I mentioned before that I'm going to move, which I've totally forgotten what it was. You dipshit, what was it? Fuck me. Fat Electrician. I don't think that's going to work. I don't know. Maybe one or two others as well. Tell you what I wore and really enjoyed this week. I wore Le Goût de Parfum, or The Taste of Fragrance, by Thierry Mugler, and it's fucking fantastic. It's awesome. I'll tell you what, who was it who was saying that that trick wouldn't work? It has worked an absolute treat. Ha ha! It's worked brilliantly. Someone out there doubted me. They shall go in the boo box. I would take Dior over Chanel. Dior at their peak was better to me, says Spaced Out. Yeah. I want to check out some wide Pavarotti songs, says Brody. Got more Chanel fragrances than Dior, says Stefan. I've got more Dior than Chanel, but not by much. Not by much. I might wear Bois d'Argent tomorrow. I might wear Ambre Nuit. I was going to get a Bois d'Argent candle. I still might. I've got a vintage one, but I don't want to use it. I just want to keep it forever. I might go and get a new Dior Bois d'Argent candle. Which designer is at the peak now? Oof. Hermes? Maybe Hermes. It's not Dior. I refuse to believe that. Chanel, but they really need to get that perfume out, the new one that they're making. They really need to make a move with that. Hey, cabron. Hermes, probably, if we're being honest. Cartier is brilliant. Labo is not king. Supply and demand, you rascal. I love their Gardenia collection. The round bottles are really nice too. Oh shit! I got a sample of Carmina today off my very friendly sales associate from Creed, Phil. Very kindly. So I'll be doing a first impressions on that. Maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday, depending on how I'm feeling. Van Cleef, no, not for me. Van Cleef always discontinues their best stuff. Van Cleef and Arpels Pour Homme. Van Cleef and Arpels Czar. Midnight in Paris. Discontinued all their best stuff. And Bellamy Vetiver is okay, says Stefan. I need to try the Labo by 19. Heard it smells like wet ground. Interested. Who was it who was talking about? It was a mate. I've got a mate called Suraj. He was asking me about petrichor fragrances the other day. And I told him. Good evening, Mohammed Al-Mutairi. I hope I pronounced your name right. Hello, sir. How are you? Thank you for joining us. I like he has a $450 attire, unicorn attire, I think, says Supply and Demand. Aaron Terrence has bombed my timeline with videos. Yeah, I'm subscribed to Aaron Terrence Hughes, actually, and he did do a lot of videos the other day, didn't he, with his new releases. There's absolutely no way I would buy a $450 fragrance of an Attar from Aaron Terrence Hughes. I don't think Attar's is his forte. I'd like to smell it first. I've worded that wrongly. I apologize. What I should have said was I would not blind buy that. I would wait for other people to do it first and see if it was any good. That's what I would do. I'm interested in La Labo 18 and the Patchouli one, says Maivu. I've got an itchy chin. I'm interested in scratching it. There it is. I might wear the night tomorrow. I might wear Paco Rabanne Pour Homme. Who knows? It's been cold today, and it's cold now. Expensive Attar smell no different than Attars from my oud guy in town, says Supply and Demand. Yeah. I think the whole oud and Attar thing is going to come crashing down at some point. It's going to be like Tulip Mania was in Holland about 300, 400 years ago. One day somebody's going to suggest that they're absolutely worthless and everyone's going to be like, what? And everybody's going to shit themselves and start trying to sell them off, and they're going to go for nothing. Let's get a look at what we have done. There it is. How do you like them apples? A smooth and uniform burn. Nice. Gosh, seems like Aaron Terrence Hughes is one of the only mainstream channels doing individual reviews, says my view. Yes, he is. That's one of the reasons I like him. I do like watching Aaron Terrence. He gets a lot of stick for the way he is, you know. But to be fair, he does provide what other people don't, and he's more like Fragcom. He is more kind of true Fragcom than most, if we're being honest. Everybody's looking for different things to do. Everybody's trying to get ahead. Everybody's trying to do this, that, and the other, get more views. Aaron is doing it properly and doing it his own way, and he is doing reviews. I mean, you can disagree, and I often do disagree with what he says. I know he did a first impression on Fragmental's channel the other day and upset Peter because he said some things about Peter's latest fragrance that Peter refutes quite vehemently, saying things about tobacco and ISO-E Super when they aren't actually in there. Peter was not impressed, but Aaron Tarantino's Notorious is in my top 3 all-time. Really? You suppose oud people are buying $500 off for going for like 25? Yeah, I think that's exactly what. I don't think they're going for 25 in the Middle East per se. I just think that they're not worth anything like. And I know the whole thing. If something's worth what you're willing to pay for it, but there is also like markup in the whole Veblen phenomenon and stuff like that. You know, like, oh, these fragrances really worth that? No, they're fucking not. You know, I turned into RXL there, didn't I? No, they're not. But that's Aaron's own perception. That's how he described it within his own frame of reference. I totally agree, and that's all we can do is describe. Yet the thing is with Aaron, Peter was upset because Aaron said that he could smell tobacco and ISO-E Super, and Peter denies there's any ISO-E Super in it at all. Which is, I mean, that's to be fair, Peter's got a point there because it's like, it's a very specific thing to say. It doesn't say that it smells like ambroxan. He said it smells. There's ISO-E Super. I can smell ISO-E Super. You know what I mean? And Peter's like, it hasn't got ISO-E Super in it. You know. And I think that's where Peter's born. And Peter, I mean, to be fair, that's fair enough. Like, you know. He also said it smelled like tobacco. Now, I don't know if he said it smelled like there was tobacco absolute in it, but he said that it smelled like tobacco. Yeah, it was the framing of the words, yeah. I like ambergris over oud, to be honest, is supply and demand. I just don't think ouds are worth what people are paying for them. I don't think they're worth anything like what people are paying for them. But it's my money, and I'll spend it on what I want. And it's exactly the same for them. And again, I go back to that horrible thing I said before. Things are worth what you're willing to pay for them. I would just be a little bit more sort of... I would just rather be a little bit more conservative with what I spent my money on. Okay, I got it. It was a frame of the word. Just like the Pondicherry cotton shirt is $5 in India and $500 in the West, says Pradeep. Pradeep, you should come back with a suitcase full of them. We'll make a fortune, mate. No Aaron Tarantino's fragrances in the EU? Pass. I do like his intros. How are you? I'm fantastic and doing really well. Every once in a while I'll throw one of them in. And I'm not taking the piss out of them. It's more like a pastiche. What's the kind of thing I'm looking to say? It's more like a nod. I used to, like in the early days of the channel, I used to use other people's intros as the intros to my channel. I've got my own one now. You know what I mean? But of all the channels that, yeah, tip of the hat, yeah. I used to use other people's intros that I liked. Of the channels that I watched, and Aaron's was one of them, actually. I see both perspectives, fair to them both. Yes. Mohammed says, I've been enjoying your channel for a long time, my friend. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and everything. Thank you very much. I'm glad you have commented. I'm glad you are here, and I'm glad you are watching. Thank you. To say definitely that this material is in someone else's work when there isn't, sets a false image for that perfumer. The thing is, it's not the first time he's done it. He did it with that. He did it with that Fragrance du Bois fragrance, which they fucking made him apologise. I mean, that is rough. That is rough. And it shows how. It shows what. I mean, to be fair, if you actually followed the story, there was so little in there, you know? I mean, he had to apologise because what he said was factually wrong, but it was almost to the point that it was almost to the point that you couldn't smell it. It was almost to the point that like even the gas chromometer couldn't detect it, but it did. Is there Real Oud and Royal Oud by Creed? Yes, but apparently it's the same deal. It's an absolutely vanishing amount of it, a minuscule amount, but it's in there. It's actually a cedar fragrance. It's a beautiful cedar fragrance, actually. It's got the same material in it as this. Ostense's Impression Cedar Wood Heart. If you get the sample set of Ostense and smell the Impression Cedar Wood Heart, right, you will smell a material made by IFF LMR called Impression Cedar Wood Heart, and it smells exactly, and I mean exactly, the same as Royal Oud. Obviously, the other parts of the fragrance are different. Like there's a big, lovely violet leaf note in there that's beautiful, but the cedar note is exactly the same. It's also in French Lover. French Lover I'm really enjoying as well. It's beautiful. Oud is expensive, but not that expensive, says Mike. Yeah, you're right. The thing about Oud is anyone can say Oud, but it could be in a chord, fake, or a small amount and still charge you, says Supply and Demand. London Oud doesn't have Real Oud, lol, says Supply and Demand. The human gas chromometer. Yeah, gas chromatographer. Yes. Anybody can give their opinion on scent. It's just, I think Aaron, I mean, I know that Chris has him on and he's like, Perfumer smells this. Or and Aaron frames his videos like this. Perfumer reviews X, Y, and Z, and it's like, yeah, you're trading on it now, so you're going to be held to a higher standard, you know, like extraordinary claims and all of that sort of thing. That's why I always say I'm just a consumer, because I am, really. I'm certainly not a perfumer, I can tell you that right now. We'll be putting that out. I haven't got a lid for it, so it can't keep the smoke in, unfortunately, on this one. I'm going to very carefully, I should have done this before I put it out, shouldn't I? I want to very carefully move this over here so I don't splash any wax. Melissa Villanueva once sent me the whole Aaron Terence Hughes Discovery set, but that was expensive. Such a sweetheart. Yes, she is just lovely. I know Luca Turin is well respected, but I feel like he's completely off at times, like calling Dior on fruity or something. The thing with Luca Turin is, right, it's like, who the fuck does he think he is? He is bought into his own hype. You know what I mean? He thinks he's an expert. You know how everybody's like, oh, he's an expert. He knows perfume. It's like, I understand that he's been in the game for a long time. And like you said, he's well respected. But sometimes he talks absolute bollocks. He's spot on. I totally agree with him about Rogers. Roger doesn't deserve the kind of accolades that he gives himself and other people give him, because there's a lot of half-truths and advertising going on there, self-advertising going on there, you know. He has been one to expose that, you know, as have other people. Like the guy who wrote the Gabe Oppenheim. Opperman, Oppenheim. Probably why he said there was ISO-E Super in it. His reputation as a perfumer with a chemistry background was on the line. I think Aaron, I don't know, sometimes I think people just need to fill the air with words, and then some people lean on like safe bets, you know. I think he was doing that. Don't like Roger and Zerzhov, says Stefan. Me neither. I don't like either of them. The overpriced tat. They smell tacky. Rogers smell a bit more classical, but he stole the girl on cookbook, didn't he? They're all just old. Well, a lot of them are just old Guerlains. But some of the newer stuff, I mean, some of the names of them are so shit. Sweetie Ode. Behave. They're not cheeky. It's not funny. It's crap. He's very knowledgeable, but remember, it's all subjective. What Luca doesn't like, someone else will. Totally agree. Did he say that? I do get more fruity from Paul's Dior rum than the 2011 from my Silver Sam sample. I wore it the other day. It wasn't fruity. I wouldn't say it was fruity at all, frankly. I wouldn't say it was fruity in the slightest, but it does have a little bit more citrus and a little bit more kind of top. Like, it's got this kind, it's more open. It's less dense than the 2011. The 2011 is much more of a thud. It's much more of a punch. This is much more of a delicate. It's just smells like a Polge. It's like comparing Polge with Damashi. You know what I mean? It's that is quintessentially what's going on. It's an Olivia Polge versus a Francois Damashi, and frankly, Olivia Polge wins every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Pardon me. Excuse me whilst I 3 weeks and my Chanel store still has no Antaeus for me. That's upsetting. Turning into Rolex, isn't it? You've got to go down on a list to buy a Rolex. You can't just buy one. I don't know. I'm cold, friends. Like he won with Le Leon. He did not win with Le Leon. That was an absolutely shocking release. Awful. That smelled like a Demaché. He let himself down there, actually. A shit fragrance that was. Oh. Very un-Chanel-like. I wish that one was just quietly got rid of. Do you know they don't sell Oud Palau in the Diptyque store anymore? Don't sell music for a while in the mall stores anymore. You've got to buy them online. They'll be gone soon. I wouldn't mind a backup of music for a while, actually. I'm not going to get one, but I wouldn't mind one. The Leon was my favourite Les exclusives. I may need to give them another run. Twilly is femme, says Bob. But Pradeep will tell you that one of the Twillies is absolutely amazing because he loves it. I like Violette Valenca. And Taste and Egoist only available on Chanel's website. Sales are down, I think. That's upsetting. I intend to get my friend from Japan on and get more of each. Vintage of each. By the way, Scent of the Night is Calvin by Calvin. I bought it based on your review and I'm in love with it, says Mohammed. I'm very pleased. I'm glad I could do that for you. I'm glad that it worked out well for you. I really like it still. I'm not entirely sure where I've put it. I think it's at the back. It's a beautiful fragrance. I was the first, that was at Ramsey's behest I reviewed that fragrance. I was the first person on YouTube to do it. I may still be the only one. But I love that fragrance. It's really great. I might wear Féminité du Bois tomorrow. I can see them discontinuing on taste soon. Well, Chanel make a big thing out of the fact that they never discontinue their fragrances. And on that note, friends, I'm going. I'm going to go downstairs, I'm going to have a slice of toast, and then I'm going to come back upstairs and I'm going to go to bed. Because I'm tired, I'm a little bit hungry, and it's been a long day. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing, doing all that good stuff. I appreciate it greatly. Thank you for hanging out with us. I don't know what I'd do without you. I'd probably be banging my head off a wall, which sometimes that feels like what I'm doing. But anyway, I will see you all again soon, my friends. Good night. Oof.